Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to be making a basic dress pattern, and as you can see, I've already put in the vertical measurements here. We have our shoulder line just over there, so let me label this first as my front piece. We're going to start with the front, then this is my bust line, then down here we have our waistline, hip line, and this is the full length and hemming. I'll start with the neck. I'm going to use a 3x3 neck, which is going to be 3 inches wide and 3 inches deep. Okay, you can then make a curve for your neck. This always guides me when I'm making my neck, drawing this square like. Then my shoulder measurements, of which shoulder was divided by 2, was marked there. Then from the point we are going to go down by 1 inch. Then we're going to make our shoulder slope just here. Next, armhole measurement, divide by 2 to get our armhole depth. So that was 16 divided by 2, which is 8. And I'm just going to draw a line from here up to here. Then extend this line horizontally to make the chest line. So this is the chest line. Then from the armhole depth, I'm going to divide this by 2. Okay, then go in by 0.5 inches. Then at the bust line, I'm going to divide my bust line by 4, which is 10.5, which I'll mark on the chest line and on the bust line. Okay. Then I'll make my curve for the front piece. Then we continue the waistline. That was 34 inches divided by 4, which is 8.5. We mark there. Then my hip line was 42. My hip circumference 42 divided by 4, which is 10.5, which has been marked there. Then we can just join the points together. At the waistline, do make sure to curve the line at the waistline. I did not do that, but you should do that. And also at the hip line, let the hip be curved. So for the hip line, I remembered to curve the line, of which I left some space there and just made a curve. Then we come down to the full length. So if you want to make a pencil like dress, you get the waist measurement and measure it on the full length. Or you can get the hip line length and subtract 1 or 2 inches according to how pencil you want it to be. But my dress is going to be the same length for the hip line and the full length. It's going to be like straight. Then I'm going to work on my back. So for the back, we work on the armhole and on the shoulder, on the neckline. So for the neckline, I went down by 2 inches for the back piece. I'll be using red marker for the back. Then at the armhole, we're going to curve it on this straight line up to here. That is for the back. Okay, then I've added 1 inch sewing allowance to the sides of the dress, and I've went ahead to cut. When cutting the armhole, remember we're cutting for the back first, so I'm going to add a little bit of allowance at the armhole area, and at the top I'm going to add 1 inch there on top. As you can see, I'm not cutting on the actual slope. I've cut about 1 inch above for the back piece, and also at the neckline I've left some allowance. And then we go ahead and pin this onto the back piece and just duplicate it. So the back has got a zipper allowance, as you can see there. So I'm going to cut out the back piece using the front piece. And here's our back piece. Let me just label it. Okay, so this doesn't have a dart. If it had darts, you'd have to duplicate all the lines so that you put the darts well. So here's our front piece now, of which now we can make it a front piece. Right now it's like a front and back piece. So let's cut out the front, but also leave some allowance as we cut out the back. So I'll cut out the back armhole, but I'll leave a little bit of allowance. Then also at the shoulder line, I added this 1 inch to the back piece, which I'm also cutting off. You can later add it on. You can later add 0.5 inch at the shoulder, just for sewing allowance, and also at the neckline I've added some allowance. And we are done, guys. So this is the front and this is the back piece. The front piece is going to be shorter than the back piece. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Do subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell so that you can see the outcome or what we're going to make out of this dress.